morning, squad. Happy Thursday. Welcome back to MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, the -- spot for everything sports talk, sports news, sports debate in the morning. And we got a nice little rundown this Thursday morning with me starting it off, breaking down Thursday night football of the Indianapolis Colts at the Denver Broncos. What's the key matchup? What's my prediction? Who's the winner? Who's coming out on top in that matchup? We're going to move on to the QB situation, and I'm going to view it as a Cowboys fan, this quarterback situation, and how I think Cowboy fans are looking at Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott at this very moment. Then we got to speak on this protester filing a police report against Bobby Wagner. Does he have a case here against Bobby Wagner having assaulted him on Monday Night Football? Then we're going to shift the gear to preseason NBA basketball, and we're going to focus on the games that are coming on ESPN tonight. That is the Heat at the Nets and Lakers and Timberwolves. Let's get right into it, baby. So to start it off, we're going to start off Thursday night football, Indianapolis Colts at Denver Broncos. What's the key matchup tonight? For me, I'm looking at how the Denver Broncos defense will try to or be able to contain Jonathan Taylor. You look at their loss last week where they kind of got dominated by the Las Vegas Raiders. They gave up 144 yards on 28 carries to Josh Jacobs. If they let Jonathan Taylor run all over the field and catch the ball and do his thing tonight, they'll have a tough time coming out of there with a win. But if they can contain Jonathan Taylor, and then the other thing I'm going to be looking for from the Denver Broncos is if they can do better on third down conversions. You got to think about in the last two games, they are 9 for 30 on third down conversions. That's just not going to cut it. That's less than a third of your conversions. That's less than 33%. So they have to do a lot better on third downs, and they have to contain Jonathan Taylor. So for me, the key matchup is if that is Jonathan Taylor versus that Broncos defense. And then the key situation will be how the Broncos will be able to stay on, if the Broncos will be able to stay on the field this week and convert some third down conversions. So that are the two matchups that I'll be looking forward to. But I do see them being able to contain Jonathan Taylor just enough and convert just enough third down conversions. I see them coming out with a 20-13 win. I'm just not feeling it from the Indianapolis Colts so far this year. And I feel like the Denver Broncos need this win, and they need to have at least a little bit of a showing. So I see them scoring a little bit over 20 points, 20 or a little bit over 20 points. I went with 20 just because, I don't know, I feel I'm going to go in that safe zone, but I wouldn't be surprised if they scored 24, 28 or something like that tonight. But I don't see them having a crazy, crazy explosion. Not just yet. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos tonight, 20-13. Now, let's move on to this QB situation in Dallas. Let me switch into one of my cousins and turn into a Cowboys fan. Okay, so you got Cooper Rush, who is undefeated as a backup quarterback when he starts football games for the Dallas Cowboys. You have Dak Prescott, who is one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL and was an MVP candidate last year before he got his injury. Couldn't really regain that form, but we know what Dak Prescott is. For me, it would be tough, but I would want to see Dak Prescott back in the lineup, but I would want us to continue to play the way that they're playing, to continue to have the same play calls that they're having with Cooper Rush, with Dak Prescott, and let Dak Prescott make plays when plays aren't there. You feel what I'm saying? But don't just go out there and drop back 40 times a game. Continue to run the ball. Continue to get the ball to CeeDee Lamb. So, I mean, that's kind of the thing that's a little, that I would look at as a little scary, is that CeeDee Lamb is so much more effective with Cooper Rush as a quarterback. So that's where Dak has to come in, and he has to build that continuity with CD, because CD clearly is a number one with Cooper Rush, and he has to continue to be a number one with Dak Prescott when Dak Prescott comes back, because they don't have anything else. So for me, I would want to see Dak Prescott come back, but I would definitely be a little bit skeptical, especially if he stayed out the next 2 weeks and Cooper Rush continued to win. It'll be hard for me to stay on that stance. But for right now, I would say I want Dak Prescott to come back, but they would have to continue to play and call the game the same way as if Cooper Rush was in there. Let's move on to the protester. And does he have a case against Bobby Wagner for assault? I would say absolutely not, my guy. Like, you ran across a NFL football field on prime time with a smoking flare trying to protest and shine light on animal rights. Now, like everybody, of course, that's just something good to shine a light on, but you did it in the wrong way, and you got tackled. You got a shoulder. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't get where you can say it was assault. Like, he came out there and suplexed you, like, whoa, boom. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no, he saw you running by him, bloop. Because he seen that the security was going to have a hard time catching you. You feel what I'm saying? Don't nobody feel like sitting there watching you running around all, you feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You feel what I'm saying? So, to me, you're just overshadowing kind of what you did the protest for, what you're standing up for, by even going at Bobby Wagner and filing a police report for assault. So that's what we're talking about now is, do you have a case to stand on with the assault thing instead of what you were really protesting? And they didn't even touch on what you were protesting during the game. So it's other ways to do it to shine a light on it other than what you did to kind of more so shine a light on yourself personally. Let's move on. We got preseason basketball back, and that means we got primetime basketball back on ESPN. On the ESPN. ESPN tonight is going to air Heat versus Nets and Lakers versus Timberwolves. Let's look at those two games and what will I be looking for from those two games? In the Heat versus Nets, I want to see how Ben Simmons continues to play, if he'll come out there and play, if he's officially back and we'll be expecting him to play 70 plus games this season, or if he'll be taking rest, how he looks out there. Other than that, the continuity, I see that they'll have Kyrie Irving at the number 2 spot and have Ben at kind of like that point forward spot, so that'll be pretty dope. I just want to see how they'll look coming together. And then honestly, from the Heat, we already know what we're gonna get from the Heat. I want to get a little glimpse at dreadlock extension Jimmy Butler. Let's see how he go out there and ball on prime time on ESPN in the preseason. Let's look at Lakers Timberwolves. For the Lakers Timberwolves, honestly, I don't think we're going to see a lot of what they'll do in the preseason, because I don't think that Darwin Ham will want to show his hand too much in the preseason. So I just want to see how Russell Westbrook looks, honestly, and how the relationships look on the court. You get what I'm saying? I know we probably won't get too much of a glimpse of how it'll look if it goes awry like it did last year. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what's Russell Westbrook's energy like and how he's approaching the game this year. So that's the one thing I'll be keeping my eye on, is Russell Westbrook and his energy on the floor tonight. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. This is episode 27, MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, MizzyWorld Entertainment. Y'all know what it is. Have a great day today. Close out this week on a strong note. Like, comment, share, subscribe, listen, alert. MizzyWorld Entertainment, gang.